Hi guys, so today I am at the showroom of NASA Italia in PJ. Yes, no, not wearing mask, but I am alone here with the Ferrari Portofino M. So the Ferrari Portofino M. Now usually when a car maker puts an alphabet at the back of a car's name, it denotes a new variant that lines up alongside an existing model. But here, the Portofino M is a replacement, an evolution or facelift if you like of the existing Portofino. M in this context here stands for modificata, the Italian word for modification. And of course the big news here with the Portofino M is its upgraded powertrain, Ferrari's 3.9 litre F154 V8 twin turbo that gets an increase in outputs from 600 Italian horsepower, 600 CVs to 620 CVs. So output wise, this engine is now on the same level as that of the Ferrari Roma. Now in the overall Ferrari hierarchy, the Roma is the entry-level model, coupe, priced in Malaysia 968,000 ringgit before options, before add-ons, before insurance, before duties. Langkawi price without options lah basically, alright. And the Portofino M here is 30,000 ringgit on top, and above this, not too far above this, less than 100,000 ringgit away, you have the F8 Tributo here, but this is another story for another day. Coming back to the Portofino M, so upgraded engine, and you also get a new transmission, 8-speed dual clutch, wet clutch type, same transmission as you get in the Roma, also the same transmission, well, a simplified version of the SF90's 8-speed transmission. So as you remember, the SF90 making use of its plug-in hybrid engineering does not have a reverse gear. In the SF90 Stradale, reverse is always taken care of by the electric motors. So here in the Portofino M, in the Roma, you get the same 8-speed transmission as per the SF90, but with an additional mechanical reverse gear and revised gear ratios for better cruising. So it gets higher gear ratios. Okay, now let's look at the cosmetic updates to the Portofino M here relative to the pre-facelift Portofino. So you come to the front. Okay, now this is the front end of the Portofino M. You get darkened headlights, and of course you can see some of the features here. It's not for show. Aerodynamically functional air vents that allow air to run through these channels here. And what I want to show you here is this. So this is not a signal light that just drop off. No, it's not. But what it is here is that it's an aerodynamically functional vent. Okay, as you can see from this angle here. Okay, air runs through inside this vent and comes out here. And then if you come to view it from here, you can see that this vent forms a visual continuity with this one here, all right. And this is also aerodynamically functional. It channels turbulent air that comes out from the wheel arch, all right. So, and it goes out here, and you can see here at the doors, not a lot of complex lines, but a few that leaves a distinct impression. So this is the defining side design feature along the side, and you can see here this design line here that runs runs over the wheel arch, okay, and it flows to the door, okay, and it's sort of like it fades out here and then it takes up here again, this line here along the wheel arch. Now down at the door you can see that this defining line here as well as here, that it gives the side profile some character, but it is not overdone. All right, so you have, when you look at it from the side, you see a few things going on. You see a few visual lines here that gives the side profile some flair, but you know, in typical Ferrari fashion, it's not overly done. Now this is the standard wheel design. It's also updated from before. It's a new standard wheel design, but of course with Ferrari there is a plethora of options. If you don't like this wheel, there's plenty of other choices that you can take up. So here at the back you see the quad exhausts. So Ferrari has redesigned the exhaust system, and that allowed them to remove the silencer from the exhaust system. It allows them to make the rear section look more compact, and what's more, they have also changed this whole piece, the lower design of the bumper. Now the diffuser, it's its own separate visual element. It's no longer as integrated to the bumper as it was before, and the significance of this is that now you can specify this whole assembly in carbon fiber. All right, well, you can see here, this is the trickle charger, and it's the magnetic type, okay, that we have also seen before in Aston Martins. So car makers in this segment, they know, owners of cars at this segment, they don't drive their cars as frequently, and as a result they will require the trickle charger to continue keeping the batteries in full charge. And here you can see the rear have these two gentle humps to give the deck a somewhat subtle surfacing effect. All right, now we come here. Now this cabin, well, the Ferrari calls this a 2 Plus. Okay, so the back seats are not particularly welcoming. It's there, you get seat belts, but it's not meant for you to sit here for an extended period of time, and it's a very upright position. So you can see here, this is cushion, okay, but it's not, well, it's not conducive to sit here for long. Maybe this one you can put well, teenage kids here. There are isofix mounts, but I can't imagine that many. Some of the bulkier isofix seats wouldn't fit in here anyway. Maybe an infant carrier would fit here, but yeah, a lot of isofix seats won't go in here to start with. Okay, so look at the cabin. Now you can see there are still buttons here, and the reason being is that the Portofino M here, at the end of the day, it is still based on the Portofino, and the new generation Ferrari cabins, they have moved on to touch surfaces. They have moved on to digital control. So this really is going to be the last time that you see buttons, physical buttons that you can press in a Ferrari. If any of you guys buying this, I highly advise that, you know, you be a bit more adventurous with your color selection. Take something brown or beige, right? This black really, it does not flatter the cabin's design, in my opinion. All right, now let me just come inside and show you. Now firstly, this yellow gauge here, yellow tachometer here, this is a cost option. All right, and it's flanked by two screens. The speedometer over there, that's a screen. Even though it has an analog appearance, it's a screen. All right, now down here, the steering wheel got the start stop button here. So this button is for you to adjust your suspension, signal buttons, pedal shifters, carbon fiber pedal shifters, headlight switch, and a gentle update here, the Manettino switch. All right, so previously in the Portofino, there's wet, there's comfort, there's sport, there's ESC off. Now there's the addition of a race mode here that was previously reserved for the Berlinetta class vehicles. Now it's brought down here to the GT level vehicles, okay, to the 2 Plus GT class of vehicle. Now here you can see this layered dashboard design, and this screen here, a status display, all right, for the front passenger, for them to read out your current driving information. Okay, so here's a touchscreen, and you can see there, right, it shows you the G-force, shows you the tachometer, the speed, and it even shows you the you can even check, is it a touch type? Yes, it's touch. All right, so you have a touch function here. You can activate the display, media. Nice, very, very cool. Navigation as well. So I can, so you see that right now I flick this, it shows all the data there. All right, and here's the central touch screen. So here, these are shortcut buttons for the infotainment system, right? As I toggle this, you can also press, you can also push it side to side, all right, and turn. Okay, pretty much like an iDrive menu, but well, it's not the tightest that I've tried before. Okay, and there's a shortcut button to the home screen. Here's the climate control buttons, and this is the transmission selection buttons. Reverse, auto, this is launch control. This here, this is the key fob. Power window switches. A single cup holder. All right. And up here you can see, wow, all right, this is well, this is a decently sized center console box, I would have to say. There's a light there, 2 USB ports, 12-volt socket, and there's this little protrusion here that allows you to drop, like, you know, well, a parking card or whatever, not to hold things in place up there. Right, and this is a little small tray here, well, for you to maybe drop the odd coin or so. And there's also a tray there, which I presume maybe for rear seated passengers or whatnot to rest their phone on top there. Okay, so you've got a JBL audio system here, side mirror adjustment. All right, and you can open the boot. Now, with the driver's seat adjusted to my seating position, this is still tight here at the back. Here in this particular unit, you can see that there are vents here. Okay, this is not for decoration. This is what they call the air warmer. Not perhaps something useful in our climate, but if you want to drive this top down in a winter country, this neck warmer is very useful. Well, as its name suggests, right, to keep your neck warm. Okay, so the roof is down. And you've got, well, pretty this much of space here. Okay, and down there you can see, well, it's all carpeted, and you can imagine lah, basically, right, with the roof stowed away like this, you've got this much of boot space, just enough for one cabin size suitcase. If you put roof up, you get enough space for maybe, well, 2 cabin size. Maybe you double up the amount of space available here. Okay, but of course, when you buy a car like this, okay, so here you have got a screwdriver, got a tire repair kit down here, got spare fuses as well. Here's the spec plug of the car. It shows all the options included here. Yes guys, you can see here ADAS full pack. ADAS full pack, adaptive headlights, neck warmer. So ADAS is a cost option here in the Portofino M. So the boot has soft closing, and you can see the tail lights illuminating in this ring fashion. Very, very nice. This particular color here is a mix of silver with a shade of blue. Let me just show you the headlights illuminated. You see it blue here on my camera, but it looks white in person. Okay guys, so here you have it. This is the Ferrari Portofino M mild aesthetic updates over the existing Portofino, but more importantly, you get an increase of 20 horsepower in terms of performance. You get a new transmission and a new race track driving mode as well. Price 998,000 ringgit before add-ons, before options, before duties, before insurance. You also get a 7-year maintenance package, which means that the first 7 years, the maintenance of your car is taken care of. Of course, people who would buy, who would be able to afford one of these, they can afford the maintenance of this car to start with. The cost of maintenance is not the issue, but the thoughtfulness of this is that for the first 7 years, the owners don't have to think. They don't have to worry about, when they need to service their car and when they have to change what. All of it is already pre-packaged. The only thing they need to do is when the time comes or when the mileage comes, just send the car to the Ferrari service center, everything taken care for them, and then when it's done, collect the car back. That's it. End of story.
When I switched to Pro Mileage, in my case, I got 46-47% of savings for that car.
Pro Mileage was the only one that gave me 5,000 extra value to cover, yet still cheaper, a lot less. A lot
Turn
less.
up! Photo watching, he plain Jane.